you should be able to see the screen here, the title screen. If you can't, let me know. You should also be able to hear me. I've turned my camera off, but we should be good to go ahead and begin. Again, if anything like technical difficulties or anything like that, you can't hear me, I'm going too fast, whatever, just let me know. I have no problem, slowing down or anything like that. But the title for this webinar is Selling Mats During the Pandemic. So I want to stress, though, moving forward, this presentation is how, although it is about selling mats during the pandemic and where we're at now, this is also about as we move forward and how hygiene standards are going to improve, not only in our country, but around the world. So this is information that can be used and processed to help you sell mats in the future, not only just for COVID-19, but anywhere, right? Any hospital or anywhere someone's trying to better the hygiene standards. So we'll go ahead and get started here. What we're going to do, I'll give you a brief information on who we are and what we do, and we'll kind of go over the state of production, mainly because we were closed for about a month beginning in early April. We'll go into information on Hygiene Message Maps. What that is it's a new product line that we have come out with, and basically for promoting hygiene and inside facilities and buildings and being proactive. We'll go into details on how floor mats improve workplace cleanliness, right? So, and also ask if you're not muted, if we could, because I'm getting some feedback on someone's mic. So it's not a big deal, but if you could mute your mic, that'd be great. Details on how floor mats improve workplace cleanliness. So, we always talk about in the promotional products industry how we brand things and how we market the customer logo and different things like that. Well, we're going to really hit on what our floor mats actually do to improve workplace cleanliness. It's not something we always bring up a ton, but we'll definitely work on that. Product recommendations moving forward. We're going to talk about a lot of things, but we'd like to round off at the end with what you should be recommending to your customers as we move along. I'll provide you with some next steps that you can do to really get this going, and then we'll open it up at the end to questions and answers. Again, anytime through this, if you can't hear me or something happens, just let me know. All right. So, Logo Mats, we're based in LaGrange, Georgia. We're about an hour south of Atlanta. We are we're part of a much bigger company. We have a parent company. It's called Mountville Mills. It has a lot of sister companies, but we are the kind of the marketing arm for them. So we serve the promotional products industry, anything for logo mat, whatever it may be. That's what we do. We've been producing mats for over 50 years. I could probably change that to 55 years now. We are corporately structured, but family owned, right? So the commitment that we work by devoted to integrity, quality, and fastest delivery times in the industry. And we're always trying to get quicker and quicker. Even since I began working at Logo Mats, we've knocked lead times down from 6 days to 3 days, right? So, but that's the number one thing for us is the integrity, the quality of our mats, and then delivering on time for you. A couple benefits of working with us: everything we have is made in the USA. We make our rubber here. The nylon yarn's made in the USA. All of the components that go into the finished products made here, right? So we're not sourcing from China, or we're not sourcing from anywhere else for any other things like that. It's all made in the USA. We have no setup fees. We have no art fees. So you can send us as much art as you want for your customer, and we'll provide the virtuals, and that way you have something to send back to them. We also have a 100% customer satisfaction guarantee. And that encircles everything that we do as a company. But one good example for that is if you have an order with us and it goes out to your customer, maybe the mats are damaged or maybe they're the wrong color, we're going to replace it and make it right. We make every piece of the product, so we have no problem standing behind it and helping you out with that. So if anything ever is wrong or anything comes up, let us know. Let your sales rep know, and we'll give you that information towards the end here. But we stand by that and we work for you. This slide is in here really because obviously we were closed for a month beginning in early April. We opened up last Tuesday. So state of production, as of right now, all of our manufacturing facilities are back open and running. We do have a limited, I guess, scope, you could say, right now. We're not full capacity in the plant running. For example, if we have 3 people trimming mats, we have 1 person doing it right now. The main focus for us moving forward as we have opened back production is the safety of our employees. So everyone inside the facility is wearing masks. We're limiting the amount of people that are allowed to go in. I actually went in yesterday to get some samples to send out to you guys. We're taking temperatures, we're signing in, we're making sure we know when people leave. So that's the number one thing right now is the safety of our employees. Because we have a limited staff and because we were closed for about a month, we do have longer lead times than normal. Normal lead times for us, about 3 to 5 days. Right now, we're really looking at about 10 days, 2 weeks, 10 days. Orders that came in early April, right? So like right before or right about the time we shut down, those are looking to be shipped out today and tomorrow. So we're working on getting those out as quickly as possible. It's kind of working off a first in, first out ordeal here. So orders as they came in are being processed. That's how we're doing that. I would say orders past that, and we'll have more information as we go along. For example, if you had an order come in mid-April, we can better give you the estimated shipping date on that later on. But as of right now, we're producing these orders on a first in, first out as they came in while we were closed. But if you are placing an order right now, you're looking at about 8 to 10 days, really. Last bullet here is kind of what I've already hit on. Just taking extra safety precautions all around. I'd like to go over Hygiene Message Mats. This is that new product line that I was talking about earlier. We have this flyer. We can send it to you. So if you want it after this webinar, please feel free to reach out or ask, and we'll send it over to you. But the Hygiene Message Maps, it's a product line that was to help promote hygiene within facilities. It's all about being proactive instead of reactive, right? So you're wanting to better promote or proactively promote the healthy environment inside of a building. I have a slide next here that will kind of blow this up, and you can see these designs a little better. But leading into this last bullet here, the great thing about this for you and on the business side of it is it's an easy process of ordering these. Okay, the design's already made. We don't have to do any artwork. They're a discounted cost, right? So you're getting a better price on them. But it's just an easy opportunity to reach out to your customers, let them know that this is something you have. Hygiene Message Mats, again, promoting the health inside of the facility, and it'll be an easy ordering process. Everything's already done. So we have the design numbers here, and again, we can send this to you as well. I have this next slide in here. Well, I'll talk about this first. Here we can see the full flyer that we sent out. We have a couple different designs. Now, I will mention I don't have this in the PowerPoint, but we actually have just come out with social distancing message mats as well. We should be able to send this out soon. I don't have it at the moment to send out, but just keep that in the back of your mind. We have these, and then we also have some social distancing message mats coming out as well. But these right here, I mean, as you can see, going from the left down, we have, wash your hands. The next one's promoting the sanitizer, sanitizing your hands. It's all about, again, being proactive for promoting the health. So it's called the Hygiene Message Map, but when you reach out to your customer and you ask, and you send this to them, or you kind of pitch them with these, you want to know what kind of product it is. They're going to know what sort of product it is. So the actual product that it is called the Color Star Impressions. This is a high traffic, it's indoor mat for commercial applications. The yarn that's on the top contains 50% post-consumer recycled drink bottles. So not only are we promoting healthier environments, but we're making it a little greener at the same time. So it's kind of a catch-all there. Hopefully we are doing some research and development. We're trying to get that 50% to 70% or whatever it may be, but we're hoping to get that percentage up a little bit. But it is produced with post-consumer recycled drink bottles. It has state-of-the-art digital printing. So as with most of our digitally printed mats, it's kind of the same ordeal here. Very, very crisp printing on it. 60 standard colors to choose from. You can use these in any way you like. As you can see in the virtual here, you can still get gradients and things like that on the mat. One of the most important aspects on this mat is that it's stain resistant. And now, while most of our mats are stain resistant, this one's a little different. The actual, it's a PES fiber. Uh, this right here, it's actually naturally more stain resistant than, say, like a nylon yarn. And that's what we use for like our digiprint. But I mean, you could literally pour a, like you could drop wine on the mat and wipe it and wipe it off and still be able to clean it and get it out. So it is very heavily stain resistant, and so even aside from hygiene, the hygiene mats. I mean, for anyone concerned about that's a great selling point for this product. It has a 3 to 5 year lifespan. Most of the time, mats are going to get dirty more quickly, so they're going to end up rebuying them sooner than that. But if maintenance, vacuuming every now and then, washing with soap and water every other week, whatnot, you're probably looking at a 3 to 5 year lifespan right there inside the door. Right, that's where this mat's placed, inside the door, inside facilities. These next couple of slides here are just the applications of these hygiene message mats, and we can kind of go over these and talk about them. On the left here, you see a young lady. I mean, how many of these Purell stations have we seen around? If you've been to Publix or even if you've been to another office, anywhere it may be, but there's tons of these everywhere now. So, this is just a mat right there in front promoting to use it. But second of all, it's actually catching like everything that drips below it, right? So you're getting two functions there for it. On the right here, we have this. This would be kind of like a more colorful mat. Obviously, the virtual here that we've placed it in is what we're kind of promoting it for. This looks like maybe like a children's school. Those chairs are pretty small. I don't think I'd fit in it, so I assume that's what it's for. Maybe like a waiting area for children at like a doctor's office. Again, it's not just locked in for a children's environment. You can use it anywhere you want, but this is just a nice little representation of what it could be. Again, just promoting to wash your hands. These are a little more commercial here. On the bottom left, we have, washing your hands inside of a restroom. I would assume most people wash their hands when they use the restroom, but you never know. So it doesn't hurt to remind people. The top left here, sanitizing hands or whatnot. I mean, this can literally be placed in any building in the country right now, right? So it could be placed into a hospital. It could be placed at the DMV office. It could be placed in a Walmart, like wherever it may be. It's just promoting healthier hygiene standards as people are walking around. Same here on the right. This is just more like kind of like a runner type deal. Please wash your hands. This could be anywhere, hospitals, schools, whatever it may be. But it's all about, and I sound like a broken record, but it's all about proactively promoting better hygiene standards. So that kind of rounds off the hygiene message mats. Again, I can send you this flyer towards the end or at the end of this webinar, but this is a very important tool moving forward. I mean, obviously we have people that are worried about what's going on, and so are we. And so this product line can get your foot in the door with, starting to sell mats again to these customers. So how do mats improve workplace cleanliness, right? So most of the time here at Logo Mats and in the promotional products industry, we always talk about the marketing of the mat and the branding on it and the logos, and and that'll never change. That's what it's about. But floor mats were created for a reason, and that's to keep facilities clean and to prevent slip and fall accidents. When you really think about it, that's why they were made. So as hygiene standards are going to become more important moving forward. So in my opinion, the floor mat can be sold on more of a functional avenue, heavier at this point than it has in the past, right? Especially for our industry. So it's really something when you talk about this product, being sold on two avenues, branding and functionality. To me, they're going hand in hand right now. People are really going to start to figure out and think about how they can keep their facilities cleaner. And so floor mats are a great way to do that. On the right here, we have kind of like a matting system, and I'll go over that. You have like what you would do here is, and we'll go over these products below, but you would put a scraper, like an all rubber mat outside the door. That's going to be easy to clean, easy to shake off, whatnot. So you'll have that outdoors. Inside, maybe it'd be a vestibule, maybe it'd be wherever, really the next two mats can go inside the door. You have your water hog, and we'll talk about that, or you have like a carpeted mat, so like the Color Star or a DigiPrint HD, right? So it's called a matting system. It's all about having an outdoor mat outside, an indoor mat inside, and they work together, right? So you scrape your feet outside, dry your feet indoors. That's the way it goes. By doing that, 85% of dust, dirt, and moisture that's brought into a building can be contained within the first 15 feet, right? So, I mean, really think about that. If the customer is concerned about, germs and things like that, I mean, how that could all be in the dust. That could all be in the moisture, right? So you're stopping that right there at the door. I'm not saying mats are not just gonna, tell the germs and stuff like that to walk away. It's gonna catch it, right? That's what it's for. And what it's really effective at is it's going to limit how much is tracked around and circulated throughout the building. And ultimately, that's the most important thing. If we can stop it right there at the front door, I mean, we limit basically everyone that can come into contact with it. So again, that's a pretty heavy stat. I mean, that's a lot of the dirt, dust, and moisture that we can stop right there at the front door. I'll kind of move on here. Product recommendations moving forward, and we're going to go over each of these. We already did hit on the hygiene message maps, but product recommendations moving forward. So the super scrape impressions, that's what we place outside the door. That's going to be on the bottom left of this square picture box here. The DigiPrint HD is going to be placed inside the door, top left. That's our most popular indoor mat. The Water Hog Impressions HD can be placed inside or outside the door, depending on really where you have it, and I'll go over that in a slide here in a moment. But the hygiene message mats here, last bullet we have, I mean, that's anywhere inside of a facility, right? I mean, that could be at the front door. That could be at a nurse's station. That could be, inside of it could be inside of your tax guy's office. It doesn't matter really where these are, because like I said earlier, again, hygiene standards are going to improve, not just here, but everywhere. I mean, across the world. And so it's going to become a more important thing. So people are not really going to care where these are. It's just a proactive reminder to do these things. The DigiPrint HD is what we're recommending for inside the door. Now, again, this is not the Color Star. The Color Star is what the Message Map product line is on. The DigiPrint HD is a very similar product. It's a little bit more expensive. It has high definition printing. So it is very similar, but it is our top selling mat. We have, it's again, high traffic, commercial applications, HD printing capabilities, 150 standard colors, and you can use these colors however you like. I mean, as you can see on the mat we have here, you can get gradients and texture and things like that. We just use our color grid for it. PMS matching is available for a fee if you need that. And this mat also has a 3 to 5 year lifespan on it. The super scrape impressions is what we are recommended for outside the door. This is going to be the all rubber mat that we have. It has circular nubs on it that can scrape your feet. It is the most popular outdoor mat that we have. Now, we recommend this for high traffic commercial applications. It's printed with a vinyl print that's basically melted together with the rubber. It's a term we call vulcanization. That vinyl print can last anywhere from 2 to 5 years, just depending on where this mat is. Really, it just starts to turn gray. I would tell the customer it's probably about a 2 to 3 year lifespan on the imprint, just generally because we see a lot of these products placed in high traffic areas. Easy to maintain. I think that is the reason why this is our most popular outdoor mat. You can just sweep it off, hose it off, and you're done, right? So there's not a lot of maintenance required at all on this product. Photographic quality imprints, like we can see here, that's basically an image. You can send us the same thing and we can do it on this product. PMS matching is also available, and again, I kind of already hit on the lifespan. It has 3 to 5 years. It's anywhere, but I have seen where it can last less than 3. It's just when it's in a very high traffic situation. But anyway, kind of recapping this real quick, we got the scraper outside, right? That's going to be your mat that your customers or whoever it may be wipe their feet on first. And then you jump to the inside, and we're back here to the DigiPrint HD. That's where they're going to dry their feet, right? Well, let's say you have a customer who is up in Wisconsin or somewhere where they have a lot, very high traffic, or somewhere where there's rain and snow and things like that. Then we can jump to the Water Hog Impressions HD. Now, before I said this could go indoors and outdoors, and that's true. However, if it is going to be placed outdoors, you're probably wanting to have a covered awning on it. It is digitally printed, so it can fade in the sunlight. But again, being placed indoors or outdoors, you can use it with another HD. You can use it with a scraper. You still have your matting system there. But This is the most durable mat we have, right? So you still have HD printing capabilities on it, 56 colors for it. This one is different in the fact that it absorbs 1.5 gallons of water per square yard. So you can scrape your feet on it, and then as you know, whatever it may be, rain, snow, whatever falls onto the mat, it's going to soak it up, and so it's going to prevent slip and fall accidents in a big way that way by keeping the floors dry around it and things like that. This one we promote as more of a 5 to 7 year lifespan. Now again, the customer is going to more than likely be reordering that before that time period because it gets dirty. But maintaining this mat the correct way. In other words, it's not just going to tear up after 5 years. This thing's made to last. So the next steps, as we kind of, after this webinar, I guess, or where do we go from here? So send over some artwork to us. We'll proof artwork all day long. We don't charge for it. We can create virtuals for you. They're high definition virtuals too. They look good. You can see the different kind of surfaces of the mats that we produce. But this way you have something that you can go back to show your customer, right? Every customer likes to see their logo with something on, onto a virtual or on a product. And so, we'll do these all day long. So send us the artwork and we'll do that. I know people are going to ask, so we do prefer 300 DPI or better. Vectorized art is what we like to work with. So requesting samples. We have sample kits that we can send out. I actually, like I said, I just went and got some from the plant yesterday, so I have some that we can send out. If you want a sample kit or if you want like an individual sample, just let me know. We're going to put some info on sales reps here on the message board in a moment, so you'll know who to ask, or I can write it down. Whatever, we'll get you taken care of. But just let us know if that's something you want. Self promos. Now, I'll be frank with you. Self promos are not going to be as important right now, just due to the fact that you can't take it to a show, or some people aren't going to see customers, or a customer may not be coming to see you. So, it is very important to get one. But if I had given this webinar 2 months ago or 3 months ago, self promos to me is probably the number one way to sell mats. But that's when people are face to face. So the self promo we have, you can put your logo on it along with some sort of tagline promoting you sell mats. That way, when customers do eventually walk into your shop, and maybe they are now, great. But as we move along, people will start to get out, and as they walk into your place, they can see that you have mats and that you sell them. Right? If you don't put the tagline on the self promo, most people just think it's your floor mat. They don't realize that it's a product you sell. So it can be a very, very great sales tool for you moving forward. The last one here, sending information on the hygiene message mats. So like I said, we have the hygiene message mats flyer that we can send out. We have another one that'll be coming out soon for social distancing. It's great stuff to send to your customers. Great info to get over to them. Show them that you're proactively ready to start the fight on hygiene, right? I mean, that's what this product line is all about, and that's where we're at right now. I do want to just harp on it though. Again, what we talked about with the hygiene message mats, it's not just for right now. Again, hygiene standards are going to improve. They're going to go up, all across the world. And floor mats are something that keep facilities clean and like we saw earlier, stop dusting things right there in its tracks. So it is going to become a little more important product to have. And right now, I mean, if you don't have a mat inside your door, you definitely should. So the hygiene message mats is where I would start to send over your customers and brainstorm a little bit with them. That's going to be all I have right here on this webinar. Now,